Come join our taco cooking revolution with the Taco Rack at TacoRack.com. Now at Whole Foods Market, introducing hot, ready-to-go oven tacos. The Taco Rack, America's only taco cookware. Celebrate your Cinco de Mayo with the Taco Rack at TacoRack.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television. We have some shocking reports today. Really not that shocking if you're paying attention, but should be shocking to mainstream Americans. Those that really are in the dark, that don't think that an armed revolution could be a very serious possibility in the next few years. You actually need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because I'm about to go over some latest poll statistics from an independent polling company that says 29% of registered voters believe armed revolution might be necessary in the next few years. 29%, almost a third. This is according to CNS News. 29% of registered voters think that an armed revolution might be necessary in the next few years in order to protect liberties, according to a Public Mind poll by Fairleigh Dickinson University. The poll, which surveyed 863 registered voters and had a margin of error of plus or minus 3.4%, focused on both gun control and the possibility of a need for an armed revolution in the United States of America. The survey asked whether respondents agreed, disagreed, or neither agreed nor disagreed, or did not know or refused to respond to the statement. In the next few years, an armed revolution might be necessary in order to protect our liberties. Now, this is actually pretty key here. If 29% doesn't scare mainstream and Main Street America today, then this should actually put it into even greater perspective, because not only do we have 29% of Americans saying they think that we might need an armed revolution in the next few years. Again, this ties directly in with Obama's push for gun confiscation and gun control. 47% said they disagreed, but 18% said they neither agreed nor disagreed. And 5% said they were unsure. So if you actually tally up the 29% that believe that we need an armed revolution, plus the 18, plus the 5, you have an evenly split, virtually a 50-50 counterpoint to armed revolution, to we don't need an armed revolution. If the 18% that don't really know or are unsure are convinced that somehow, through force, by the way, once people start to see that these guns will be taken from us by force, I have a sneaking suspicion that at least a portion or a percentage of that 18% will probably jump to the side of 29. Now, results of the poll show that those who believe in a revolution might necessarily differ greatly along party lines. 18% of Democrats, 27% of independents, 44% of Republicans that voted for that we might need a revolution in the next few years. So this is pretty stunning. You know, get this out to friends and family and acquaintances that are unsure about what's happening in America today, that don't think something like this is possible, because this isn't my opinion. This is according to a poll done by the Public Mind by Fairleigh Dickinson University, as reported on CNSnews.com. Go check it out. There's another article today from the Palm Beach Post. It says their sheriff is going to get $1 million for violence prevention unit amid questions about civil liberties and care for the mentally ill. So basically what we have here is a tattletale program, kind of like DHS and the Department of Homeland Security, where let's say you get in a fight, maybe you get in a little bit of an argument with your wife or anything like that, or a friend down the street or a neighbor, an acquaintance thinks that you might be mentally ill or has a sneaking suspicion that you might be the next Unabomber or Sandy Hooker or Batman Massacrer or Jared Loughner, then they can literally pick up a phone and they will have agents, probably armed, I'm assuming, at your front door and will force you into a mental health checkup and have to qualify whether or not you're mentally ill or not. So, it's amazing how I have to remind people of history, because this is not only a violation of your civil liberties, but these are Gestapo, SS, Nazi Germany style tactics. I mean, think about this. A new tattletale program in Palm Beach County in Florida, which I'm sure is being pushed by Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham, and all these kinds of people, including the Obama administration, have pushed it all around the United States. This is Gestapo-like SS tactics, where, again, they create this fear environment that your neighbor could be the one that tattletales on you, that throws you into an internment camp or a concentration camp. So pretty amazing. Get both of these stories out to the viewing public. Again, 29% of registered voters believe armed revolution might be necessary in the next few years. Brings a whole different meaning to why we might need our guns, doesn't it? Could bring a whole different meaning to the whole argument, which liberals will tell me. And they're honest when they're being honest, or I think just confused when they say this. I'll tell them things like the Second Amendment says we have every right to form a well-regulated militia to form a well-regulated militia in order to defend ourselves from a tyrannical government. The liberals I talk to think that should be thrown out of the Constitution. Think that the whole ability to arm ourselves as a militia to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government is old-fashioned. Well, not according to this poll. This poll says 29% of Americans are convinced that an armed revolution in the very near future might be necessary. Something that you can't argue with. I can show you some pictures here just to remind you. I mean, here we have, I don't know maybe how history has interpreted this guy here or what you might think of him, but all this kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds and looks familiar to me, and leads to tyranny. Got another picture here. Here we got the Gestapo. So these people are just going to start knocking on our doors now. If you get a tattletale from a neighbor down the street or somebody that disagrees with your politics, or maybe just has it out for you, maybe just kind of wants the DHS at your front door. People want to know why Americans feel that an armed revolution might be necessary. This is why. Right here. Gestapo SS-like tactics. In an administration, clearly in a lot of people and a lot of Americans and people around the world's opinion, out to take and confiscate your guns. Get this out. I'm Christopher Green. As always, hard-hitting and in your face. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook at Green Wave. That's Green with an E, Wave. Follow us on Twitter. And get this out to the viewing public. Peace.